Young men gathering outside the army barracks in Maiduguri after it was attacked by Boko Haram. Even young teenagers are armed and fighting this war. They're standing over a heap of butchered bodies of suspected Boko Haram members. Some shot by the army, others cut down by vigilantes. I went to meet people who have survived the violence in northeast Nigeria and have fled the war zone. These girls were abducted by Boko Haram. Whilst in captivity, they witnessed horrific brutality. 19-year-old Janet tells me the Boko Haram fighters tried to turn her into a killer.
They went to Goza and brought 5 people to the camp. They started slaughtering them in front of me. Then they ordered me to slit one of their throats. I refused. I told them I couldn't do it. Then the wife of the leader of the group killed him instead.
Liatu was told she'd have to convert to Islam and then be married off to a Boko Haram fighter. Taking a huge risk, she seized a chance to escape.
One of the captives stood up and said, "You only die once. Who is ready to make a run for it?" 6 of us jumped into one of the cars that Boko Haram had at the camp. They chased us on motorbikes, shooting at the car. And it was only when we reached Bama town that I realized the 3 people on the back seat had all been shot dead.
It must be difficult for you now, even with all these memories of terrifying things that happened.
Sometimes I have nightmares because of all the people I saw being killed, all the blood and the sight of people struggling as they had their throats slit. It still haunts me.
The scene of devastation at Buniyadi Secondary School in Yobe State, the Islamist militants' way of showing that they're against secular education. Gunmen stormed the dormitory in the middle of the night and 29 teenage boys were killed. I'm heading off to meet a teacher who was at Buniyadi Secondary School the very night it was attacked by Boko Haram. He's now living in a safer part of the country, but he's so terrified by what happened that night, he doesn't want us to give away his identity, and he doesn't even want us to say which part of the country he's living in. The teacher told me what he saw as he peeped through his window just after 11 p.m. as the gunfire erupted.
Yes, we see fire here and there, setting fire on this thing, on cars and so on.
So buildings were on fire, cars were on fire?
Cars, yes. And I came back silently and said, okay, let's just lock our doors and pray.
He says he had no idea that the students were also under attack. It wasn't until the morning that the teachers saw all the bodies.
I felt disturbed. Most of them were crying. We cried. Yes, fervently we cried, seriously.
So the teachers were all crying?
Yes, because somebody that is young, promising children that have not done anything. Most of them are even telling us sometimes in class that they will be lawyers, some are saying they will be doctors and so on. So they have the ambition, yes, full of ambition.
Since that attack last month, close to 100 schools have shut down in the northeast. This war is having a devastating impact, but most people are far too terrified to even speak about what they're going through. Will Ross, BBC News, Nigeria.